top corner,
That's
like a
why you're
mirrored
not allowed
camera.
to do that.
Which is quite bad because I get stage fright when I go for a pee, and to know that there's someone watching me, it was very difficult to pee in the police cell.
Yeah, I imagine it probably was.
I just did press-ups, because that's what Sarah Connor would have done, I think. So.
John Connor.
Yeah.
In the Sarah Connor Diaries or something. It's the Terminator series, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
The follow-on.
Yeah, she was...
Another channel, I believe.
Yeah.
So when you're arrested, you don't actually get charged, do you?
No. No.
Have you been charged, Olly?
No, no. What could they charge us with?
Now, you had your DNA taken, though, didn't you?
Yes, I had my mouth violated by a police officer who put a cotton bud on my inner cheek and added me to the national database. This was for our... we did a video called The Naked Apes of London. We weren't even naked, but again, they panicked because we were semi-naked and arrested us. And Olly here was clever enough to demand to see a lawyer, whereas I got taken into the fingerprint and DNA room and processed.
Did you get fingerprinted?
No, I managed to avoid it because I knew they didn't have any charges to bring to us. They couldn't have had. There was nothing.
But they had arrested you.
Yes, but I think they were
Section
trying to...
5, Public Order
Section
Act.
5. They were trying to get us out of the place because we were causing excitement.
People were having fun. There were lots of Japanese tourists posing with us going, ah!
Let's, you know...
But a lot of the think time they say that you're not allowed to use your megaphone, don't they? They say you're not, and you say, yes, I am. Yes,
where we are allowed to use the megaphone. It was actually Justice Holland in the High Court versus Huntington Life... No, it's someone versus Huntington Life Sciences. He said that amplified protest is totally legal as long as you're neither homophobic, racist, offensive to one particular person. So when you go out and express ideas or give the mainstream corporate message in a loud way, it's not illegal.
Okay. And Olly, you use another kind of not amplification, but you use your guitar.
Yes, I do.
And you sing songs, don't you? I think now is the perfect time for you to sing.
Oh, what's this here?
A guitar. This is your song, A Call to Arms for Hippies.
Yes, indeed.
It's your own composition.
Yeah, I did it all by myself.
Take it away.
It's the year 2009 and we are living in dangerous times. We should learn from the hippies and why the movement failed. Hippies don't run for government and politicians don't inhale. A long time ago, in a time called the 60s, people thought pop music was going to save the world. They said things like, all you need is love, took the pregnancy pill and whatever else they could get hold of. Bob Dylan went Electric Sgt. Pepper's was a hit, and people realized you could change the world if you gave a hoot. But everyone got jaded when Vietnam was invaded. And Jimmy, Janice and Morrison assassinated by the CIA. Yeah, that was the day the music died. So take me back to 1969 when changing the world meant a corny line like love is all you need, or smoking an ounce of weed, or taking LSD at Woodstock. 'Cause now it's the year 2009 and we are living in dangerous times. We should learn from the hippies and why the movement failed. Hippies don't run for government and politicians don't inhale. Now it's 40 years later and things have been greater. The sexual revolution left a fishy taste of teenage pregnancies in council estates. We've still got war, yeah, we've still got famine. And as opposed to getting out your head to the Grateful Dead, people do it now listening to Radiohead instead. But everyone's still jaded, now Iraq's been invaded. The Gaza Strip's in Israel's grip, even Syria has been raided. Still, we toe the line. Maybe now's the time to bring the music back to life. So take me back to 1969 when changing the world meant a corny line like love is all you need, or smoking an ounce of weed, or taking LSD at at Woodstock. 'Cause now it's the year 2009, and again we're living in dangerous times. We should learn from the hippies and why the movement failed. Hippies don't run for government and politicians don't inhale. Now everyone's still jaded, and the hippies have all traded free loving for a stable job, and like their bell bottoms they faded. How did it go this far? Remember who you are and give the music CPR. And take me back to 1969, when changing the world meant a corny line like love is all you need, but smoking an ounce of weed and taking LSD at Woodstock. 'Cause now it's the year 2009, and again we're living in dangerous times. We should learn from the hippies and why the movement failed. Hippies don't run for government and politicians don't inhale. Hippies don't run for government and politicians don't inhale. Hippies don't run for government and politicians, except Barack Obama that one time in college, don't inhale.
Well done. Gets me every time. But I'd just like to say also for the children watching, don't take drugs. Pay for them like everyone else.
That is not the position of this channel, I have to say, of this station, I mean. Okay, Paul in Warrington says you're the next Lennon.
Next Lennon?
But he doesn't say which Lennon, he just says Lennon. It could be
Aaron Lennon, the footballer.
Lennon, yeah, from Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah.
Excellent, great.
But I hope you don't have the same fate as Lennon.
Well, I hope so, yeah. Is that what he's saying? Is he coming
gonna
after
come
me?
and shoot him?
He's not Paul Chapman, I don't think.
Okay, cool.
That was the name of the guy who shot Lennon, wasn't it? Paul Chapman, I believe.
Yeah.
Or
I think it was
Chapman?
Theo Chalmers, I think.
They'll never take me alive. Carol says, please come to West Yorkshire. You are needed up here badly.
Why, Carol? Why are we needed badly up in West Yorkshire?
And she also says, the 70s music is so relevant now. Brill song.
Oh.
70s?
Well, that's what she thinks.
Maybe it's got a 70s feel to it, you know, even though it's talking about 1969.
Well, I suppose
it's very
1969.
nearly, isn't
nearly
it?
the 70s. More the 70s than the 60s.
Yeah, we're probably
really.
nostalgic about 1969 in 1970.
Yeah, I think so.
So, okay, let's get back to the subject of the show then. I think we need to a bit.
Okay.
So what you guys are aware of, if you like, and what your agenda is exactly is what? Is just kind of causing people to think, perhaps?
Yeah, one of the reasons we call ourselves the Undercover Anti-Terror Squad, we're undercover because we're in plain clothes. And we get so many messages from the mainstream media every day, whether it be economic recession, terrorism, or swine flu, that it's important to give the human touch and say, actually, there are other things that you can read about or watch on TV, or just meet people in the street. There's love, there's kindness, there's peace. There's caring about your fellow man without trying to terrify them into a position where they become obedient slaves. So the message is, we're trying to lower terror and raise the positive emotions. And the only agenda, Theo, is reminding people that they're the most powerful things in the universe. That's really the underlying thing. Danny and I and Olly have never really agreed any agenda apart from, you know.
I mean, there's a balance that needs to be redressed there, isn't there? People aren't, you know, people ignore that side of existence for most of their lives. It seems to me that, you know, people are conditioned out of having fun and being raucous, and maybe we're just attention seekers and just like to jump in front of people in the street and make them laugh.
But you do it at considerable cost, don't you? Apart from being arrested every week.
Yeah.
You know, I know you used to work in, if I can say.
Go ahead, no problem.
You used to work for an international bank, let's put it that way.
Was that before or after the CIA?
During. Don't talk about the CIA anymore.
You mentioned it earlier on.
You used to work for an international bank.
I used to work for one of the top 4 banks in the UK, and my job was to convince people through greed to invest all their money in the stock market. And
Their
also,
greed or your greed?
Both of our greeds. I earned a bonus, and I'm not proud of it. And I also used to sell fear-based insurance and use enough fear to convince people to sign up to expensive life assurance products.
He tried to get me to invest all my money before the crash.
He genuinely did he?
Yeah.
I genuinely did, because...
And sorry, I'm going to ask Olly, did you?
Well, luckily I didn't have any money.
That was lucky, was it?
I think so, yeah. I think that I showed them. I got one over on those guys.
Okay. So, somebody here says, Vicky says, they should come to Cheltenham Literary Festival next month and get the attention of the artistic elite.
Okay.